Hi, it's Doug talking about the training schedule within Fire Department Online. After signing into your website, you will be presented with the Firefighters homepage. Your homepage will look a little different than what is being shown to you here, as your website will be customized for your fire department. Also, your fire department may not have implemented all options available within the Fire Department Online software. From the home page on the card titled Training Schedule, click on the Training Schedule button. The current training schedule is presented to you. First, you might be asking, why does the training schedule start on January 29th? Where are the previous dates? This is an excellent question. The current date is January 24th. The system will show the training schedule starting at the current date onward. Notice that Alice Cooper has a blue background around his name. This is because the firefighter signed into the website is Alice Cooper. Since you had to sign into the system to look at the training schedule, the system will put the blue background around your name wherever your name appears on the training schedule. This is so you can find yourself on the training schedule quickly and easily. If you need to view previous training dates, slide the button to the right of Show Entire Year. Another way to access the training schedule no matter what screen you are on, like the administration homepage that I'm on, is to click Schedules on the navigation menu. Next, click on the Training Schedule button on the training card. You are then presented with the current training schedule. Notice that the column called Joint is now not being shown as on the previous training schedule listings. The reason for this is that since there is only one fire station for this fire department, all training sessions would be considered a joint training session. Today is December 23rd, 2025. If you see no training scheduled under the column heading of Topic, then you have updated the training schedule to reflect that there will be no training on that scheduled training date. Any training date that has no training sessions scheduled under the column location indicates that no training information for that training date has been entered into the system. Training dates are generated the night of December the 1st for the following year. To update the schedule, click on the date that you want to update. Since we want to update January 1st, we click on Jan 01 under the heading of Date. In this case, we aren't scheduling a training session for January 1st, so we scroll to the bottom of the screen and click on the No Training Schedule button. We are returned to the training schedule listings where we see the confirmation message that January 1st, 2026 has been successfully set to no training scheduled. We will now schedule a training session for January 8th by clicking on Jan 08 under the column heading of Date. First, we will select Alice Cooper as the trainer. Next, a training topic needs to be entered. Since we want all stations to attend this training session at Jellystone Hall, we won't select Jellystone Hall under Training Station, but enter Jellystone Hall in the joint training location. Now let's add some additional comments about this training session. These additional comments will be included in the training email reminders that will be sent out. Next, we click on the button Update Schedule. We receive a confirmation message that the training information was successfully updated. If everything was entered correctly, click on the Return to Schedule button. Notice that Alice Cooper's name is in blue. That is because we are signed into the system as Alice Cooper. There is a check mark under the column heading of Joint, which means that all firefighters for all fire stations should report to Jellystone Hall for this training session. Before we go any further, I thought I would show you the difference of updating a fire department when there are multiple fire stations versus only one fire station. The screen on the left is a fire department with 3 fire stations, while the screen on the right is a fire department with only 1 fire station. As you can see, the screen on the left lists all of its fire stations along with the addition of a report to your own station button. Notice underneath the listed fire stations the text box titled Joint Training Location. While the screen on the right already has its single fire station, Bedrock Hall, selected as the training station. Notice underneath the selected fire station the text box title now states Other Training Location. All other fields remain the same. We will now update the January 15th training date. We will select the captains from each fire station as the trainers for this training session. We will add a training topic of truck checks. Next, we will click on Report to Your Own Station under Training Station. Now click on the Update Schedule button. Once again, we receive the confirmation that the training information successfully updated. Scroll to the bottom of the page and click on the Return to Schedule button. On the training schedule listing screen, notice that under the location for January 15th, it states to report to your own station. Also, under the joint column, there is a red X instead of a green check mark. We will now update January 22nd. Select the trainers for this session. Enter the training topic of First Aid and CPR training. Enter the joint training location as Bedrock Hall. Add the comments about needing to read the attached file that we will be adding to this training session. Click on Choose File and a file location pop-up will appear. Now navigate to the location of your PDF file that you want to upload. Click on the Update Schedule button. This time we receive a confirmation informing us that the attachment was uploaded successfully along with the training information was successfully updated. Notice that we now have 3 extra buttons than we did before. We can now review the attachment, replace the attachment, or delete the attachment. If you click on the Replace Attachment button, you will receive a pop-up where you can choose another file to replace the one you just uploaded. If we click on the Delete Attachment button, you will receive a pop-up to confirm that you want to delete the attachment. Now, if we click on the Return to Schedule button, we are returned to the training schedule listing screen. Notice the paperclip image to the left of our comments. If you click on the paperclip image, the document that we uploaded will open in another window. Today is January 26th, 2026, and as you can see, I have added more training sessions. Today we will add a special training date. You might be asking yourself, what is a special training date? A special training date is the addition of an extra training session either on the same day as a regularly scheduled training date or another date altogether different than the regularly scheduled training dates. This fire department has its regular training sessions scheduled every Thursday. To add a special training date, click on the Add Special Training Date button. Notice the addition of the text box titled Date for Special Training Session. Once we click inside this text box, a calendar appears. Since it's January 26th, all dates prior to January 26th have been grayed out, meaning you will not be able to select them. I have overlaid the regularly scheduled training dates so that you can see that we could now select those dates from the calendar. We want the special training date to be January 31st, so we will click on that date. Next, we select who the trainers for this training session will be. Now we enter a training topic. We will select Report to Your Own Station as the training station. Let's add some additional comments. Now we will click on the Add Special button. We get a confirmation message stating that the special training was successfully added. Click on the Return to Schedule button. We can now see that January 31st is now on the training schedule listing screen. In the description below there are a few links. The first link is to see the emails the system generates regarding training schedules. The second link is to see how you can register firefighters as attending a training session. That concludes the video on the training schedule within Fire Department Online. Thanks for watching.